Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Jets. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is the running back, Powell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
We're going to start. Cut. Tie that left. Hey. No, lady. Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. He's coming. Double up.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
Rush in.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He was the leading receiver for the Jets the season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Switch. Lady. Go ahead, baby.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike 53. Man, I got you. Man, I got that. Check.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Following the field goal on his Lock Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go set 50, plant. Check. Fair. Let's get that.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On 1st down, Smith. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Avery Williamson. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brings up 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, echo. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. You're trapped.
Out of the gun, Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On first down, they run with Howard. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. On first and goal, Howard. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
Leo.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now third and goal. Check safety, check. Hey, Sam off. Go. Ready?
On third and goal, Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A give to Kamara running right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Watch the slant. Motion. Let's go. Hey, exit.
On first down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch out, lady. Watch out. Hey, ready. Mike 52.
Darnold now to throw. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Jets.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Kamara try the right side. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on.
Now Darnold. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
3rd and 14.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Hey, tight. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Hey, lady. Ship, lady.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's got a noon one. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down throw, Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Go sack. 53 at the mark. Watch the slant.
Running with Kamara. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check that one, Mike 52 right here. 52. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Lady. He's crazy. He's checking crack. Lady. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Smith. And this is Ertz with it, right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the 50, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right, and incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Smith. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 13.
Again, Smith. Caught left side, Williams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the red zone now, Smith. Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7th. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 33-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. It's a first down on a gain of 10. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years and sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury.
What tight end? 40, alert. Red 80, 26.
Now Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit? They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 80. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Red 80.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Lady. Lady.
Back to throw, Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 14-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Greystone, travel.
Kill. Check your hot read. Out.
Fair. Go. On the ready.
Here's Smith looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Check.
Look at me. Go.
On first down, it's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Smith. They'll set up the screen to Howard. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Check.
Go out. Snap.
On third down, this is Howard. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Play action. It's Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Another try after the first down sack. Smith That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw is Smith. He's got a man. It's Williams. 23 yards on the play. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Smith on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jamal Adams. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Man, 80. 53 is the mark. Down to lose one. Mike, 280. 53. Mike. All day.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
We're going to sign. 52. Focus, defense, focus. Lady.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Space to maneuver at the 40. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Powell. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Bilal Powell held up short of the line to gain. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Set, 8, read.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
2.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We're going to
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
To throw is Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You got nothing. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. All right, let's get there.
Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, Zoom.
53, Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set, ready? 18, Gator.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's hit it.
On first down, Howard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and it was their defensive